that one. And we're going to go ahead and mute my speakers so that I don't get any feedback. And we are live here. Y'all give me just one more minute. I've got a lot of projects going on all at one time. And there it is. Awesome. Okay, so welcome everybody to this week's Let's Chat. For those of you that don't know me or have never been here before, my name is Steve McMillan, and I am a resource for you guys on general nutrition, things that y'all want to improve upon to feel better, more so than you do right now. That is what I'm here for. But I'm also here to just be a friend. Like usual, I've got my tea with me. So you all bear with me if I take a drink from that every once in a while. It's just so I can keep going. So being a resource like this, the tool that I use is Shackley to spread knowledge about a better way, a natural way of living and feeling healthier than what you do right at this very moment. The notifications popping up everywhere. I've got a notification on Facebook, but nobody's joined us there yet. Nobody's on Periscope, nobody's on Instagram, and so far, nobody is on YouTube. But that is okay. We are still very much early. While I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead and save this week's Let's Chat to a playlist. I'll take a look at the analytics later. All right. So we are broadcasting on 5 different platforms right now at the same time. I've got YouTube and Facebook in front of me. I've got Periscope tied to Twitter over here on my right, and Instagram here on my phone on my left. So you guys can imagine how much I can't wait for being big enough to be able to hire somebody that can do this for me. Abood555, welcome to this week's Let's Chat. Where are you from? And welcome. What brings you here? So my mission, my goal is to be a friend and be there for you guys, just so that nobody ever has to feel like nobody is. And then I use Shackley to help you guys feel better than you do right now. And I tell you what, I have not been disappointed yet. I love every minute of it. I'm going to keep this one going to make sure. Palestine. Okay, that is awesome. So what time is it there? I think you guys are about 8 hours ahead of us, so it should be about midnight, somewhere between midnight and 2 a.m. So what brings you on to this week's Let's Chat? I don't think you've ever been on one of my Let's Chats before. At 2 a.m. Okay, so you guys are about 10 hours ahead of us. So what I want to know from you guys, oh, that's right. Now I remember. So how you doing, my friend? My apologies, bud. Now I remember. It's been a while, and there's been a lot happening within the last 3 months, so you'll forgive me for that. But what? I was surprised I didn't see you sooner than today, so I hope everything is okay for you. So I want to know from you guys, what is one thing that you could do to improve upon your overall health and nutrition? But just being there for a friend and helping people with different issues is one of the things that I truly am passionate about, mainly because I've been through so much of it myself. So I'm here. Tell me about you. Well, what can I say? I mean, I love helping people. I love movies, video games. I get a huge reward when somebody feels good enough to open up to me and trust me, uh, mainly because they know that their information won't go anywhere past me unless there is a reason why uh, I think it needs to be, and that has to be a pretty good reason. You know, like bringing somebody else in that might is better suited to help that person at that particular time. Otherwise, that's me. I try to live life to the fullest every day. Um, yeah, I'm part of just about every. What do I do for a living? Right now, what I do for a living is fix computers. However, that is just a job. It's not my passion. It's not what I care the most about. What I'm doing now, what I'm educating people in overall wellness is my passion. It's what I love to do. So let me ask you the same thing. What do you do for a living? Um, I'm always interested to meet new people and find out where they are. Um, anyway, it has been one heck of a good week, and thankfully, the week is only just getting started. Fourth year dental student, that is awesome, dude. So, how many more? You've only got 4 years, am I correct, or do you have six? How many more years do you have to go? Ah, Dubai. Okay, so let me ask you something. Since you visit Dubai very often, what is the tall building in the heart of Dubai? The one that's oh gosh, I don't even remember how tall it is. You've got one left. That is awesome. That is awesome. Congratulations to you. Finish strong. Okay. Thank you. That's the one. I could never remember the name. It's crazy to me that people love to go skydiving off the top of that thing. Um, Finish strong, bud. We always need good people like you out in the world, no matter where they are. So finish strong in this last year for you coming up. Um, 5 years. I don't know why I thought it was six, but finish strong, dude. My thoughts and prayers are with you that you're able to make this year the easiest out of all of them. So my next question is: will you stay in Dubai after you finish and open up your own practice there, or what are your plans afterwards? Um, I wish I can continue my career in the USA. Okay. Well, from the people that I work with that are immigrants to the US, I've been given a little bit of insight as to how difficult, for lack of a better word, it can be to get into the US. So, thoughts and prayers to you on that one. That it's easy for you. That you're able to get in without much trouble. But let me just tell you this though. In my experience, it is always better to have a backup plan. So if you cannot make it over here, do you have a backup plan once you finish school instead of just coming here? It never hurts to have a backup plan where something like that is concerned. Um, yeah, that one would be a little hard right now. You'd probably have better luck with a work visa instead. So let me ask you something. What if you were going to stay in Dubai? Um, what are some of the qualities of Dubai that really kind of draw you in that would make you choose to stay there? This is great. I'm so thankful that you came back, bud. The last conversation that we had, I really enjoyed it. I've been waiting to hear from you, but I never got an email or anything from you, so I wasn't real sure how to get a hold of you again. I just keep doing these weekly chats to see if maybe you would come back on. Actually, I want to leave from there after I finish. Okay, so where? Oh, any? Okay, fair enough. So have you thought about? Oh, you want to go to England? Okay. Props to you for that one. You might actually even find it easier to get there. I know quite a few people that have gone from Palestine or even Dubai to make their lives in London or thereabouts. Well, okay. I don't fault you too much on that one. It can be expensive. However, I will say that what I have seen from friends of mine that have gone to study abroad, that it was actually cheaper to get around there than it is here in the United States. Um, I think the friend of mine rode a plane, maybe even a train, and went to several different areas over there for like $100-200 American US, and here, in order to do the amount of traveling that she had done, would cost you an easy, I don't know, thousand, maybe two, to do the same amount of traveling. So keep that in mind. Things are definitely way more expensive here, as I'm starting to understand, than they are in places over there. Not to say that they're not expensive. Don't misunderstand me on that one, but definitely keep that into consideration. Let me ask you something. Uh, is it safe to assume that you've ridden a train quite frequently while you've been over there? Or even flown a plane while you were over there? Let's go that way. And if so, how much was your plane ticket to get from one destination to another? And if you can, put that in US for me. Um, I mean, I could do it myself. Don't get me wrong. However you answer will be fine. But if you can do it for US, that would be great. But anyway, yeah. So, okay, if you're flying on a plane, let's say you wanted to go from Dubai to England, how much do you think your plane ticket would cost? Oh, no, no worries, bud. You're doing good. You could see that okay, but 4,000 what? Would that be 4,000 US or a different currency? Okay, so hang on just a minute, okay? Give me just 1 minute. Okay, 1,000 US, right? Okay, what would you say if I told you that to go from DC to, or even New York, let's go New York to Texas, would cost you roughly about $1,400 here, um, give or take a couple of hundred. So don't get me wrong, I don't discount that it's expensive over there, but yeah, it would cost. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a more accurate number. Let's just do Southwest. Southwest Airlines. Let's do flight. Let's do one way, and let's do New York. New York LaGuardia. Okay. And arrive at Houston. And let's just say I want to do right now one adult. Let's see what it gives me. Okay. A one-way ticket from New York to Houston is going to run me $620. Okay, okay, one way, not too bad, I suppose. But let's go. Let's make it a round trip and depart or come back on the 19th and do search. Okay, so getting there is going to be 621. Getting back would be another 621. So you're looking at about $1,200 to go from Houston to New York, as an example. So definitely keep that in mind wherever you decide to wind up. Look at the exchange rate. Look at cost of living. So, which I'm sure you know, you're in college, but um, yeah, it is a lot, and so there's a reason why. Essentially, airlines have basically priced everybody out of flying anymore. Not to say that lots of people don't do it still, but I mean, right now you're looking at $1,200 to get from New York to Houston and back again. Um, in fact, the cheapest one that I see, uh, 612. If you wanted to go anytime, was 584, and want to get away was 329. But I think you've got to be some part of some sort of rewards program in order to get the want to get away price. Um, so I mean that's a little bit better, but for the average person, um, like me, you're looking at about well, that was a business. Okay, so the 621 was business, 593. Uh, um, just over 35 a year. I won't give you the exact amount. That's just how I was raised, but just over 35 a year. Um, which really, truly, right now, with my wife not working, after all our bills are paid, which includes grocery money for the month, we have $23 in our account when all is said and done. That's part of the reason why I launched this. Yes, you are correct on that. But in the course of a year, with taxes and everything else, that is barely enough to support my family. And that, never mind anything extra like movies or entertainment or anything. Forget all that, because we don't do that anymore. We don't have the money to do it. But that is part of the reason why I started this business, was not only to help other people, which I do truly enjoy doing, but it was to be able to escape what we call the 9 to 5 grind. Yes, I've got two. Um, I launched this business as a hope to get away from your day-to-day job, be able to spend more time with my family. And that is actually what last week's webinar was 6 ways to cleanse your body without feeling hungry. But the week before that was the Shackley opportunity, which uh, is what I share with people. And I love sharing it because that is showing y'all exactly what I do and ways in which you can earn money without having to go through your typical 9 to 5 job. Even you, sir, um, if you were to start your own practice, if something were to come up, you could close down shop for a day. It would be a little inconvenient for a lot of people. Don't get me wrong, but you have the freedom to do that and go take care of your family. Whereas me, right now, working your standard 9 to 5 job, I can't do that whenever I want. And that is the type of freedom that I'm hoping to get from building this business. So there are definite perks on my side of it, as well as just helping y'all feel better more so than you do right now. At the end of the day, though, I will tell you this. Yes, I did study. In fact, I hold 2 degrees. Um, I will tell you this, that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I've made $1 million or if I've made nothing at all. If I've helped one person, I'm golden. I love helping people, and using Shackley as my tool to do just that is a very satisfying thing. Um, I did study, to answer your question. I hold a bachelor's in computer systems, and I hold a master's in accounting. But now the market in the US has become, it's not so much what you know, but who you know and what kind of experience. How can I help people? I help people by showing them that there is an alternative to, hey, Porsche Design 11, welcome. Welcome to Periscope. Let me know where you're from. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How can I help people? I show people a way to live a more natural life than what they're accustomed to feeling healthier and happier for longer than what they might be expecting. I have seen Shackley do amazing things, including help my father beat 3 different forms of cancer. Now, before I get too deep into this, let me just say that Shackley is not a cure, okay? I will never tell you to go see a doctor. I will never tell you stop taking your meds. What I will tell you is that Shackley can help, okay? And I have seen real power in that. Some of the things that I take. Hey, honey.
Hey.
You gonna say hi to everybody in the world?
Hi, everybody. My phone's dead.
Well, I think Logan's is up here somewhere and it's been buzzing like crazy. So
that or the baby monitor.
Okay, so my lovely wife here, who I'm biased towards Shackley. Okay, I've seen her do amazing things. So I use my wife as a guinea pig for pretty much all of this. Anything new, I use my wife as a guinea pig.
All the time.
Yeah. So right now, what is one of the products that you have used that is kind of your favorite? Right now, because I know there's a lot that you and I haven't tried.
Well, let's see. I like the scalp treatment. After I had our second baby, actually, I've used it a couple of different times.
Mm-hmm.
After I had Ryan, a couple of months later, I noticed big bald spots on the front of my head. And, being 35 years old, I flip out, 34.
But by the way, Abood in Dubai, he's studying to be a dentist.
Oh, cool.
He says hi.
Hi.
So you flipped out about that, which I will attest to on that one.
34 years old, and I've got bald spots
right
there on the front of my head.
Uh-huh.
I think not. So a little bit of scalp treatment, and within the use of one bottle.
So roughly about 30 days?
Somewhere between 30 and 60 days, yeah. That hair was growing back. And now it's I don't know, probably that long.
Okay, so it's getting there.
And this was a little over a year ago. It may be longer than that, but well, here. You can just see.
Yeah.
There, right there.
Came back
There's
almost in full force.
All those pieces right there. But
so that's just one of the ways. What else? We learned the hard way that stress relief complex is safe for pregnant women.
Yes. When I was 16 weeks pregnant with Logan, my dad unexpectedly passed away, had a massive heart attack. And the magic combination of 1 stress relief and 2 mood lift every day kept me balanced out for the most part, so that I wasn't either zombie or basket case. And I was able to, but my biggest fear when Dad died was that I was going to lose Logan. And he was only 4 weeks early. We jokingly say it was because he wanted to see snow in Houston, but it snowed all day long the day that I went into labor with him. But it kept me semi-balanced out with my emotions and hormones and all of that kind of stuff. Kept me able to function day to day without having to be on a prescription antidepressant.
Thank you for that. Same to you. And by the way, to answer your question, we are actually have been married for 10 and a half years. Mm-hmm. Almost 10 and a half years. No, 10 and a half years. 10 and a half years. Yeah. June will be 11. But thank you for that. I appreciate that.
let's see what else.
The Vitali has helped us all out.
Oh yeah, the Vitali. The Vitalizer pack is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
There was one year that it was probably 3 or 4 years ago, maybe a little longer than that now, that I had I ended up with the flu and bronchitis at the same time.
Oh yeah, that was loads of fun in our house. Let me tell you, God,
I was out of or off work for a week.
A solid week it was, wasn't
he? But I started feeling better after about 3 days with taking the Vitalizer pack along with my prescription meds. And we've done just prescription meds with the flu.
Which didn't help nearly as well. I mean, it helped.
Over a week.
It helped, don't get us wrong, but
it took longer to recover from that.
With just the antibiotics. When you threw in the Vitalizer pack and the Vitali, you started to feel better, at least enough to go back to work within 3 days, right? I mean, you didn't have a fever or anything.
No, I still felt kind of crummy, but yeah, I was able to go back to work in less than a week.
And then, how often do you let me miss a day with MindWorks?
I don't.
So,
I can tell when he's forgotten to take it for a day or two.
Yeah. Just so MindWorks is.
That's a baby monitor.
Okay. MindWorks is a supplement that
I'm not sure what it's picking up.
I don't know either, but it's been doing it for a while now. MindWorks is a supplement that helps strengthen the neurons in your brain and the pathways that connect those neurons. And so when MindWorks is in full effect for me,
I don't know what's going on with it.
I mean, everything is different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't stutter nearly as much. I can form a complete thought. The reason I started taking it in the first place was because I had walked into my job 3 years ago. And at that point, I'd been doing it for nearly 20 years. So I walked into my job one day and couldn't remember a single thing on how to do it. And being a computer technician, being able to put together a computer in the first place is kind of computer 101, and I couldn't remember a single thing. So I started taking MindWorks, and that was 3 years ago now. And try really hard not to miss a single day. You've got me on stress relief. You won't let me miss that one very much. No. Same with the mood lift.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the big ones. Those are the big staples in our house. And then, of course, we have our household cleaners, laundry detergents.
I don't even think about those being Shackley products anymore, but they are.
They are.
Your shampoo and conditioner, you're kind of yelling right now.
Yeah, and that might be why the monitor's flipping out.
Probably. Shampoo and conditioner, you've got your skin cream, your body wash, your deodorant,
the
laundry soap, the dish soap.
Which are we going to do laundry after this?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was thinking about waiting a couple of days.
Okay.
So that I'm not having to do laundry twice this week.
No, fair enough.
Before we leave on our trip.
Fair enough. I'll have to look at that. Sorry, I got a notification from my team. But so you're in school. You said you've got. No, I don't live in DC. I live in Texas. You said that you're starting a dental practice. I'm trying to think of what could be used in Shackley that would help him. And off the top of my head, I can't think of anything.
Well, anything he's going to be digging in people's mouths. That's gross.
That is gross.
It's the grossest part of the body.
In which case, I would recommend the hand soap just to keep your hands clean. But
come on in.
He got a kick out of that one. Hey, speaking of which, this guy.
Hi.
this is Logan. If you've been watching, this is the little guy that my wife was pregnant with. That he was 16 weeks along when her dad died, and he's in third grade on
the top of his class.
The top of his class at a fifth grade math level and a sixth grade reading ability level. We got to get that comprehension up, though. No, hey, it's okay. It just takes practice. But he stands 4'5", and the doctors have told us that he will be 6 feet before he's done growing. Thank you. We'll make sure that he does.
Okay. One of his new favorite TV shows is on.
Hey, where's your brother?
Asleep in his bed.
In his bed?
In his bed.
In his bed?
Yes, he's asleep in Ryan is asleep in his own bed.
Come on.
Okay.
He's all excited. Is it Amanda
to the rescue.
Okay. Okay. So, and then
talk to you later.
Alrighty, and then Ryan, who just turned 19 months, is as healthy as all get out, and of course he's on a vitamin called Liquid E, which is the liquid version of Vital E. So, as you could see, Shackley has taken over our lives for the better, and this is what I love sharing with people. The core foundation of building any Shackley business is to use Shackley, share Shackley, and then build from there. And I tell you what, using Shackley is probably one of the biggest perks that I have next to helping others. So in your particular case, I'm a good man, but okay, if I remember correctly, it's going to be, I think I remember what it is. I'll let you go ahead and tell me, though, because I'm not 100% sure I'm right. Well, if I remember our conversation last time, it was about Islam. See, that's mind works for you. And you know what? I my apologies to you because I haven't done that yet. Not to say that it's not on, it's not still on the radar, for lack of a better phrase. But man, you know what? You and I got talking so much, I didn't even realize how much time had gone by. This is why I love doing this. We are definitely at the end of our half hour for this week. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye now. I hope that everybody has a fantastic day. Join me next week. I don't know if we're going to do it on Saturday or Sunday because we have kind of a big event happening next weekend that I can't talk about just yet. But I have not forgotten. You know I haven't forgotten. So I will read up on that, okay? I hope that everybody has a fantastic week as we get ready to start Monday. Stay tuned for our next webinar, which is going to be on Thursday. I have not decided yet what our topic is going to be, but be on the lookout for that. And I hope to see you guys all there. You guys have a great one. Take care. We'll talk to y'all later. You too, bud.